I am looking forward to being actionable to further trust myself this week.
Hey, that's good. Actionable to further trust yourself. I like that. Okay, I want you to get some pen and paper this time because we're going to write down. I worked on cleaning up your I recognize because I know you were eating last time.
hmm So
Okay,
I
great.
have the pen and paper right
Okay,
here,
perfect.
and I have a tablet too.
Okay, excellent. Okay, there you go. That either one works. So
Okay.
I know you kind of threw one out there. So and I want this to be all you, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna read it and then I want you to personalize it and I want you to go over it a couple of times. And I didn't have the details of your travels because I threw that in here, but okay, so I want you to tell me how this sounds.
Okay.
So I recognize that many elementary age children struggle to feel seen and to celebrate who they are. As did you say you're a psychologist?
I have a psychology degree, but not a psychologist.
Okay.
hmm
So we'll so
In
okay,
my psychological studies.
okay, yeah. In my well, as a person who studies psychology,
hmm
a highly sought after professional clown who has performed on 16 continents across 7 countries. We'll get those details. And a proudly recovering oddball. I am passionate about showing kids that the very things that they find uncomfortable or different about themselves can grow into powerful strengths. These qualities can shape their unique purpose and identity, and most importantly, help them love who they are, or something like that.
hmm
But
That's
I want,
good.
yeah, so that kind of that's like the message I gathered you were
hmm
trying to say.
Yeah.
But I want you to kind of put it in your own words. I'm
Okay.
gonna drop it in this in the chat. And again,
Okay.
I didn't I didn't get your credentials right. So
Yeah. 6 continents, 40 countries. Got it.
geez, 6 continents, 40 countries. That is yeah, that's
hmm
impressive. So yeah, so again, I want because this
Okay.
is again where you talk your talk, for the doubters and for the naysayers and for the people who may wonder, right?
Got
And
it.
and this is where you speak to the inner heart of children to say, hey, I was an eyeball too.
hmm
But those things that you don't feel comfortable with in you could really contribute to your greatness. Right.
hmm
Okay.
Got it.
All right. And again, you can work on that a little bit later. And I'm going to send you these recordings too so that you have them again to play back. But
Perfect.
so we're going to work on your story a little bit more today as I kind of,
hmm
learned about how you really had to kind of almost stifle your dreams and your passion because your family, um,
hmm
you know, was hating on you. So,
hmm
yeah, let's talk a little bit about how you can insert a little bit more of yourself into your story. Uh,
Got it.
so, yeah, let's talk about. So, say you're on stage and you went through your I recognize statement.
hmm
You're gonna start sharing your story. Kind of walk me through.
Mm, got it. Um, I was born an only child, and my mom was one of 16. As you can imagine, having 16 aunts and uncles could yield about 50 or so cousins. In the midst of having all of those people surrounding me, you still wanted to stand out. You still wanted to feel love. You still wanted to be a part of the family. Family dynamics truly plays a part in our development, both good and bad. For me, I had lots of good. I was raised in a two-parent household. I was a daddy's girl as well as a mama's world. So I got the best of both sides. You can catch me on a roof with my dad trying to put on new shingles, as well as being in the garden. I love the outdoors, and I also love the silence. But when I went by all of my cousins, you can imagine that was a lot of noise, a lot of things I had to learn how to tune out, a lot of respect that I had to give to so many people around me, and a lot of individuality that yearned inside of me to make my grandma proud as the matriarch of the family.
Mm.
And growing up teenage years, I was able to accomplish a lot because that silence that I just mentioned also had what goals look like. And I didn't want all of the goals to be like necessarily things that I saw, but shows that I watched on TV. And we all know that shows now are much different than shows of the 80s and 90s. So if I wanted to be a Gidget and twinkle my nose, and be like, wow, wouldn't that be cool? If I wanted to be, drive a car really fast, or run really fast and have zip sneakers. So just some kind of examples that relate to the name brands and the shows of yesteryear without using like Bill Cosby and all of that. um, those are the things that I attributed to, or I wanted to be like the funky lady that I saw who was a world traveler and always wore different clothes, like pants from Bali or a rice hat from some of the Asian or oriented countries. Like that was what I thought was so cool. And I always loved animals. But in the midst of that, when I would tell my dreams to some of my family members, they was like, "Oh, that's weird. Why would you want to wear clothes like somebody else?" Or if I wanted to put my hair in two ponytails up top versus down below, like, "Oh, why would you want to do that?" If I dreamed about mermaids, I learned to silence what I truly felt because my family thought I was odd. Not in a negative way, but they just thought I was odd. Like she's in La La Land, and I absolutely love La La Land. I'm like, I'm gonna always have popcorn. Come on over if you want to be in La La Land too. But as I got more serious about dance and things of that nature, I realized that all of my family didn't support that. It was how can they benefit from what I did? Because they knew it was something special about me, but they didn't quite know how to support it. And they can only relate to it from the ceiling or the boxes that they knew. And as also stated, they didn't see this dreamy world. Like everything to me was dreamy. Everything, if I set my mind to it, I can achieve it. No actually meant not right now. No, there's a detour to my destiny, but no didn't mean it wasn't accomplished. It just wasn't accomplishable with the skill set and things that I had at that time. Fast forward to one of the biggest things that I thought was dancing in the NFL on the sidelines. I liked all of the lights on the ceilings, like all of the cheers, not necessarily for me, but just the ambiance of something winning. I like that feeling of winning or cheering people to win. Now, the Saints may have had some of the fans a brown bag on their head at the time, but still, I knew the pageantry, or I would make fun, or I wouldn't put my glasses on so I couldn't even see their faces, and all I heard was noise. And to me, everything was great. But even when I got home around families after a game, there was still this that I can remember who was just not supportive. And that's when comparing started. And I didn't know a comparison of my child versus this child or comparing your life to another person's. I don't compare personally, but I can see how some kids can see things online now or some family members. It has to be a hierarchy in order for them to feel worth, or some people have to be mean on the internet, for example, in order for them to make themselves feel better. So I'm aware that that happens in adult, like with my aunt, but I felt it was kind of mean to not be proud for me. But I also see that in kids now, where if they don't have on a white tennis shoe of a certain uh, pro ball player, that they may feel less than. So in my years of being around children, my aim is to help them realize their heart is the biggest name brand that they will ever wear. Their smile is what welcomes other people, and their hands are here to serve.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Okay, okay. So who is your audience, right? Who are we focusing on? Are we focusing on children or?
So I figured my audience will be children, but in what I just said, that would have adults in there to
Uh-huh.
kind of preference this is who I am that would allow me to talk to your kids or
Yeah.
how I got there.
Okay.
So I don't know if I would necessarily, and you can tell me this is why we're here, to
Mhm.
say that's a whole bunch to say if that was just elementary school. But
Yeah.
I do understand it if it was a PTA and the parents were in the audience, that could work. But for kids, we might need to do that just to make it
Yeah.
palatable for an elementary school
I
child.
think we can use a little bit of that and
Okay.
make it more kid friendly.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
yeah. So if Daisy is talking to children and adults are in the background, right? To, I think so. Daisy will start out by saying, kind of like, w- let's see, when I was when little Day, oh, I think we talked about this. Like little
Yeah.
Daisy grew up in a family where I was an oddball. And I had cousins who thought I was weird. Do you have families that think you're weird? You
Hmm.
can say, but I still wanted to be the best little clown because
The
I love
best, weirdest person there is.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
wanted
however
to be
you,
the best at being weird.
yeah, the best, weirdest person because I really loved my grandma and I wanted to make her proud. Right. The same
Hmm.
thing, right? Same
Okay.
story, but you're framing it so that a kid it resonates, right? The oddness resonating.
Yeah.
Still
Okay.
wanting to please people
Okay.
resonates. Um and then and sticking with what you want to speak about in your statement,
Okay.
they're struggling with celebrating themselves. So you're still celebrating yourself.
Hmm.
Um, and then you can move your story into how all of these things,
Okay.
um, and even though, you're talking about, even though how I wanted to make my grandma proud, I also wanted to make myself proud. And so I started to do things that I really like. And then you go into the things that you really like, your dancing,
Hmm.
your, and I was such a good dancer that I got to dance for the New Orleans Saints. How many of y'all like football? What's your favorite football teams? And as you're doing
Hmm.
this, you're of course still doing whatever
Hmm.
figures you want to do, and then maybe throw a football out and I mean, you make
Hmm.
um, and then and you have all these other elements. So just you know, painting the picture from childhood up until like really where you are now, where you have taken all of the things that everybody saw as weird and you have made it where you really are living your dream life. Now, then you couldn't have seen how it would
Hmm.
have benefited you now, but you're going to basically tell the story so the children can say, oh, although I'm weird, one day this is going to make me,
Hmm.
you know, great. And then you'll go into here are some things that you can do because as we go into the tips of the talk, the tips may be when you're feeling uncomfortable because somebody is making you feel awkward, here's some ways you can take your mind to, I don't know,
Hmm.
whatever tips you want to give, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but this is how I want you to, the story is going to take them from feeling the oddball into, um, how the oddball can still make them great, or they could.
Okay.
So yeah, frame it like that and still inserting, your
Okay.
journey into it.
Got it. Okay.
So I want you to do it again, considering everything I just told you.
Okay. Perfect. Um, I do think this is just for me to be able to say like hi, hola, ciao, in all of these, like I'm gonna just say like five different languages
Okay,
just to start in, and that'll bring up in the traveling the globe down the line.
love that.
So, um, as a kid, or what I'd like to call Little Daisy. Do you all like Little Daisy? Okay, cool. Can I say Little Daisy just to back and forth? I absolutely love to be outside. I love to dance. I love to be dreamy. I liked mermaids and unicorns, all of that fun stuff in the a dreamy area. But some people didn't always appreciate that. They called me an oddball, but instead of letting my feelings get hurt about being an oddball, I just wanted to be the best oddball ever. And I realized that what I like to do, somebody else may not like to do, and I didn't have to please them with my actions. If they wanted to be pleased or if they wanted to find something happy, that they should do it. But I know deep down in my heart, I wanted to celebrate myself and all of the things that I liked and to block out the noise of what other people thought about me because that was just their opinions, not what really mattered. I wanted to make my parents proud, but I definitely wanted to make my grandma proud. And I like to do that with dance. I have been dancing since I was like this high. Raise your hand if you like to dance. I know some of you have TikTok accounts. I'm sure I can look it up and see. Well, I did a different type of dance. So I did ballet, tap, jazz, modern, and even some hip hop too. But I've traveled all around the world, and everywhere that I go, to some of the 40 countries that I've gone, I usually take a dance class. So I know music from around the world and dance from around the world. So, yes, I was a good dancer, and I would always tell my grandma and my cousins new routines I made up. I even danced in the NFL. Who here watches NFL? Do you all know Shador? He's like in the Dallas area. Do you know Shador Sanders? Like he's my favorite right now. No, just joking. Um, like I don't watch football. I haven't watched football. Side note, I haven't watched football since Colin Kaepernick took the knee, but I did watch the game the other day because I wanted the TV on so they can get that ratings. But okay, side note. So Shador is one of my, because I think he's a really good person and he knows how to block out the noise. Some people probably said some things about him that he had to ignore too. And just like him, he celebrates himself. Sometimes he celebrates himself with a new chain. Let's see if you have, does anybody here have a chain on? I was like, well, my chain is smaller, but you understand what I meant. So if you were ever made to feel weird because you like something, drawing cartoons or juggling or anything that somebody ever gave you an opinion that was not what they thought was cool and actually weird or odd, here's some tips on ways that you can um, some ways or things that you can do in order to help you ignore that and keep celebrating yourself and keep doing what you're doing because in the end the fireworks will all go off of the things that you like to do now and when you grow up you'll be able to use those too.
I love that.
Okay, got it.
Very good. Yes. If I were a kid, I would be like, she is talking my talk. And yeah, you didn't use a lot of, I mean, you're really good at this. You didn't use a lot of big words. You kept it simple. I think children know what the NFL is, right? Like, if, or should you just say,
Okay, I'll just say Sunday football,
yeah,
professional football.
yeah, there, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think that was great. Yeah, I think that is perfect. How do you feel about it?
I did good. The only thing I think I read colorful clothes. Like I'm gonna have a list of
Yeah.
what just to have a list of what those oddball things are to make sure I touch on them. And
Uh-huh.
then because the other thing I wanted to address in here, I'm in California, so people like sometimes happy that their children are gay out here, but wearing multiple color clothes does not necessarily associate with your sexual orientation. I don't want to get into sexual orientation. I just want to say I wore a lot of colors because I like the rainbow,
Mm-hmm.
just to distinguish everybody that wear a damn rainbow is not
Yeah,
a
because
gay person
gotcha. That makes
because
sense.
out here or even in Florida, they took down the rainbows in classrooms. You can't even have rainbows in classrooms. So
Wow.
I just want to have there's something about colors and the moods of colors.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I think, yeah, and so because I don't know what things would be considered weird, but yeah, I think even asking ChatGPT what would be considered weird for this age group, because I'm out
Mm-hmm.
of touch. But yeah, I think that would be good, and that way children would know. I like the way you brought in TikTok because, of course, everybody knows
Uh-huh.
children are dancing on TikTok, so I thought that was really good. But yeah, I think that's good, and it's so, do you know how you would incorporate? your balloon figures, or would you do that here? Or
Um, after I did that part to say one of the things about being a professional clown, I still get to wear my colorful clothes. I still get to try and juggle things if I want. Would you like to see me juggle? Usually they would. And then I have some juggling scars. Now, Miss Daisy can juggle scars, but I know some people who can juggle chainsaws. Would you like me to see me juggle chainsaws? And they were like, yeah, like I can't, I cannot. But it's still to give them up. I was like, but if I wanted to juggle chainsaws, I know that I need to practice. I know if that's something that I wanted to do, it's up to me in order to make that happen. But that's not so safe for me. What is really safe is balloons. Miss Daisy really, really, really loves to twist balloons. All
okay.
right, this is not a trick, I think, but would you like to see me twist a balloon? And it was like, okay. Or no, I'm gonna say blow up a balloon. So I
Okay.
don't have a balloon in front of me. Usually I do. So, oh, I do. This is just a regular circle balloon.
Mhm.
So usually I do something like, oh wait, let me blow this balloon. And this is the end where you would blow. So I'll say blow up a balloon. So
Oh,
just
okay.
like I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh man, it's not staying up. So by this time I was like, no, you don't blow it like that. So then I turn it the other way and it like shoots away. And it was like if they can see, depending on the state, I'm like, oh wait, I have to turn it around or I have to turn around. So then I
Mhm.
physically turn around my
Wow.
body. So just all of this little banter about getting like, okay, wait, this is the right end of to blow up. This is where they receive the air. So then I blow it up and then I have like, whew, now since that over. Or sometimes I'll go even further and not tie the balloon. Like once I have it, so then I let it go. And then of course the balloon shoots out
Yeah.
because I didn't, oh wait, I have to keep it all in. I was like, this is kind of like school. Everything that your parents say, that your teachers say, all of that, you need to put in the air of your mind and tie it in so you can remember. Okay, I got it now. So then I blow it up again. And I
Mhm.
was like, there's even things that you can use, like computers and things like that. And I have an air pump. So then I can blow it up with the air pump just because I'm not blowing up balloons the whole
Yeah,
rest of the
that's
time.
good. Okay. Uh-huh.
So I was like, then there's things that we can learn even faster. Like you all have laptops and I have a balloon pump. So watch me do this. So then I'll blow up the balloon. And I was like, one of the things about clowns, the most recognized balloon that there is a balloon dog, or I'll ask them, what do you think is the most recognized? And they don't always know the word recognize for it up. Like, what do you all think is the most common balloon that clowns twist? So they'll come up with a dog. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna twist a balloon dog. And in this balloon dog, I'm still talking. I'm gonna go and grab something so it'll make it fun to show you
Okay.
what I'm gonna use. So I was
Okay.
like, I'm gonna twist this balloon dog. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, to make it more challenging, how many seconds do you want to give
To see how fast you can do it.
it? Okay, 10 seconds. So I'll take this balloon dog, this balloon in 10 seconds. And I said, well, what if I close my eyes? Would that be good? What if I balance on one foot? Would that be good? So all of this thing, so this is a pump. I
Okay.
went and grabbed the red balloon. So let me see. Okay, it's on. So let me
Did you go
put
to
this.
school to learn how to do this, or did you just, is this all self?
Um, let's see. Um, can you see me? I don't see
Yeah, I
me
see
on
you.
the
I
screen.
see
Okay,
you. Mhm.
got it. So I'm blowing up this balloon. I had a teacher who taught me in high school,
Oh, wow.
but not all of this. But I
Yeah.
did find her a couple months ago. I don't know if I told you. I found her a couple months ago. She lives in Los Angeles, and I was volunteering for the children who lost their houses in Altadena. And
Uh-huh.
I met with her after all of those years. She
Oh,
got to see me perform in Altadena. Even the movie that I was in a month ago, she joined me on the orange carpet with my mom and my son.
wow.
So I even get to stay with her in September. I'm performing at the Altadena Library, doing a library show, and I'm staying at her house. So.
That is so
So
nice.
she taught me the art of clowning and to stay curious.
Okay.
So I might talk about her too because of a teacher standpoint. So this is the
Yeah.
dog. So if the kids say, hey, 10 seconds, eyes closed, whatever, I'm gonna close my eyes just so you can see I can do it. But I
Okay.
was just trying to see, oh, I know why I can't see myself because I have the notes up. Okay. So I
Okay.
have this. So I can do this behind my back with my eyes closed. So I'm twisting. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So okay, we have the balloon dog.
Yeah.
So they're just like, wow, she did it. And I was like, well, what about a round of applause? Because we should congratulate ourselves when we do something great, right? And I was
Right.
like, well, how about some magic? I have this empty. Oh, it's not empty. There's a handkerchief in here. Okay, so I have this empty handkerchief in here, and this is my bag. But I know some of you are like, it's not bad, it's not empty. So I'm gonna unzip it and show you that it's empty.
Mm-hmm.
So there's my hand, it's totally empty. And I'm gonna take this handkerchief and put in the bag, and I'm gonna take this dog and put in here, and we're gonna make the dog disappear. So just like the magic of being who you are, if you like the colors and all that kind of stuff, that's totally fine because some magic will happen. And when you say magic words, does anybody here know a magic word? And they might say, yeah, or sometimes schools might appoint somebody to be a volunteer. So
Okay.
whatever the case is, everybody's wiggling their fingers saying abracadabra. They're gonna go into the bag, pull out the handkerchief, like, oh, it did, but look at the handkerchief. So they're pulling out the handkerchief,
Oh, wow.
and then we have a balloon dog
Very
that is not on there. So you see, magic can happen, and nobody has to tell you that it's okay. But I kind of
sweet.
miss it. Sometimes you kind of miss what you used to be, so we need to bring it back. So everybody, so say if they said hocus pocus, we'll just say it the magic word backwards and say pocus hocus. Wiggle
Okay.
your fingers on the count of three, pocus hocus. They'll say it again, and
Uh,
then
it comes
here
back.
we are, then it comes back. So your magic is always there. It might look a little different, but make sure you know that your magic is always there.
So the power that could be your powerful closing, like all of that. Because the
Mm-hmm.
powerful closing is an
Okay.
activity and like that whole message
Okay.
is perfect for your powerful closing.
Okay.
Because that's
Perfect.
the format. So yeah, that like again, you've got a lot of this already together. Where did I go for the framework?
Okay, so
Yeah, so
that'll be
that's
powerful closing. Okay.
uh-huh. That can be your powerful closing. I don't know why it go. Did you get my email of the framework? Did you
Yes.
okay, great. Okay, I think I just sent you the first two. But yeah, so let me share my screen.
Okay. And I'm putting in my notes too, powerful closing
Uh,
balloon dog trick.
yeah, that would be perfect for that. And here we go. Okay, you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, so we kind of got the so yeah, here we go. This is just the format. Your
Mm-hmm.
powerful opening and your brief intro. That's the I recognize. So again, the powerful opening is just some type of icebreaker or some type of activity.
Okay.
And then your brief intro, that's your I recognize, your personal story, then your tips, and then your brief closing. And that's just kind of something that you would reiterate from your I recognize, just some wording that you'll reiterate. And then your
Okay.
powerful closing would be that activity.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
So my brief closing.
Mhm.
Okay, I know we jumping around. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. So in let's see. We talked about so we need to kind of go over your tips, and that's kind of what we would go over in the next meeting. But what were you gonna say?
Um, in the brief closing,
Mhm.
that would be a summary, or what's the difference between the brief closing and the wow factor of the big closing, the
So
powerful?
the brief closing is again kind of just bringing them back to remind them of what your I recognize statement was. You
Okay,
gotta kind of remind them to embrace their oddness or their weirdness and feel comfortable with being odd.
Okay.
Going back to the I recognize statement. And then the powerful closing is an activity that kind of closes and leaves everything on a memorable note.
Okay,
Leaves
perfect.
them
All
feeling
right.
good. It leaves with a good feeling.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. And
So
so yeah. And so I'll actually let's see.
now
So
the other thing, and tell me if this is too much, for the powerful clothing, um, I didn't mention bubbles in here, like how much I liked bubbles growing up as a kid.
mhm.
Um, and the science, because I wanted to have something like a nerd factor in it. Like I really like science and I really like experiments and I liked bubbles. So the reason why bringing up bubbles is important is because I can make some really big bubbles
Oh yeah.
also at the end of that whole wow factor.
Okay.
But is that too much?
No, so what we can do, because really your powerful opening and your powerful closing are an activity. So maybe in
Okay.
the powerful opening, you can do the balloon dog,
Okay.
and then as a powerful closing, you can do your balloons,
Okay.
or vice versa.
Bubbles. Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, bubbles.
Okay.
My bad, bubbles. Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay.
Does that order work for you?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because
Hmm.
I even have like the bag that I showed you, like I have a big bag that is like I think a basketball can even fit in that.
Okay.
It's huge just from a stage show and everybody can see what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'll do the bubbles. Um, I
The
think I'll do the balloon first and
mhm.
the bubbles
Yeah.
last,
So the
like you
balloon will
said.
be your
Okay.
powerful opening, and then the
Okay.
balloon, no, the bubbles
Mm-hmm.
can be your closing, powerful close.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
And so, do you, when you go to shows, like, do you change it up every time? Is it something, or is it kind of the same format, or is it completely different every time?
Um, I say it's about 50-50. It is never exactly the
Yeah.
same because
Okay.
I want to try new magic tricks. I
Yeah.
don't want to get bored.
Yeah.
If I check, like, where did they hear about me from? Like, I don't want to do the same show if your neighbor had me last week or
Right.
last month. So I intentionally change it so the kids and like, I already know what's gonna happen, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
Exactly.
about a 50-50 that you're gonna get something new or integrated.
Okay.
Um,
That makes sense. Okay. So then we have your so then let's go through it. So let's do a
mm-hmm,
so let's start with your balloon story,
mm-hmm.
go
Got it.
into your I recognize, and then
Okay,
into your story, and then we'll stop there because then in the next meeting we'll work on the tips and then go into the brief closing and the powerful closing.
got it.
Okay.
So in the what's up, defining your target audience and positioning.
We did that.
And
Yeah.
yeah, okay, there we go. All right,
Yeah.
I'm scrolling now. I see you scrolling now. I was like, wait, it
Yeah.
says something different. Okay,
Yeah. And so
so
here we are. So let's just go like right here. So your powerful opening, you're coming in with a punch. You're coming in to grab their attention, right?
okay.
So that's what you're going to come in. So how would you come in and start with your balloon?
So if I am all full-fledged clown, I'd probably trip coming onto the stage.
Okay, love it.
So some of them are going to laugh, some of them are going to be concerned.
Uh-huh.
So that'll just evoke emotion in general. So I'll just play like I'm waving or I
Mhm.
have a banana to my ear, pretending like it's a telephone. I'm not paying attention. It's an oversized banana, so they know it's not like, what is she doing with that banana? But I'm mic'd up so you can hear that I'm talking. I was like, oh yeah, I'm
Mhm.
about to start this show and I'm about to do something really amazing. And then that's when I stumble and fall, and the kids are like, oh no, like look at that, funny, whatever. So I was like, oh, well, that was kind of embarrassing. I was like, did you all laugh? How many people were concerned?
Mhm.
Or how many people just looking at me like, what is she doing up here? Well, for me, my name is Daisy the Clown, and I absolutely love celebrating all of the things that makes me me. So even if it meant I had to pretend and trick you that I fell on the stage, I know they'll get your attention. But some people fall on accident and they feel horrible, but everybody falls. So you shouldn't have to feel that embarrassed when you fall. But let me tell you a little bit more about me. When I was a little Daisy, I felt more odd than I felt celebrated.
Wait,
And then can
wait.
I, oh,
I want you to do the balloon first and then go into the,
okay,
yeah.
got it. Okay.
You don't have to,
So
of
I
course,
don't have to explain. Okay, got it.
yeah. But so,
Okay.
yeah.
So starting from the I fell in like, haha, I tricked you, but let
Uh,
me show you this other trick that I have for you.
yeah,
I
okay.
have a balloon. Let me show you what I can do from this balloon. And then, so I have this balloon. So I'll do the whole banter like, oh, wait, let me think about this. I need to blow up the balloon. So this is usually, I know it looks weird now,
Yeah,
but I usually, so it's like, okay, wait, I have this balloon. I can blow it up. I think I blow it up from this end, or maybe
yeah,
it's
so
this
the
end, go
whole
back and
thing that
forth,
you went through
that
with,
whole
yeah,
thing.
okay,
Yep.
yep.
So did all of that, put it in, did the magic trick and abracadabra.
Mhm.
We did it. We made something special or some magic appear, just like the magic that you're going to make in your life with all of the things that you love to do,
Mhm.
period.
Yep, then
So,
go into,
okay. All right. So that's my powerful opening.
yep,
Yes.
yep.
Okay. My brief intro is the
I recognize that,
recognize.
yeah,
So I recognize that. Okay, I'm gonna doll up the one that you sent me with the six continents. And yep. Okay,
yeah.
perfect. All through that. Um,
And then you go into your personal story.
the people pleasing, the best eyeball ever, celebrating yourself. I
Yeah.
wanted to make my parents proud, blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And then after that, that's when we'll in the next meeting we'll work on the tips.
The tips. Okay.
But I want you to work on the flow at least once now, just so that
Okay.
we like you so and just start with the so we got your powerful opening with the balloons. So
Mm-hmm.
then you're gonna segue into the I recognize and you can you see it in the chat?
Yes.
So
And I put it in the notes. I copied it out of the chat and put it
okay,
in the notes. So I have the
good.
order. So I
So
was, uh-huh.
segue right on into that and then flow into your story. So let's go, let's practice and go through it at least one time.
Sure. Start with the I recognize and start all the way back at the beginning. Are
So
you
start at the
comfortable with?
end of the balloon story.
Okay.
The end of the balloon trick.
Okay, perfect. I got it. Um, so I hope you like that magic. I needed all of you out to create that magic. So sorry, this is the I recognize part.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, perfect. All right, sweet. So I hope you all enjoyed that magic, and I needed each and every one of you to add your magic to make it really, really special. And I mean each and every one of you. Well, I recognize that many elementary school age children struggle with feeling seen, feeling celebrated just the way that they are. As a person that graduated with a psychology degree and a highly acclaimed clown, acclaimed is too big, sorry, highly sought after clown who has performed in,
Or you could say like a super popular clown or something like
yeah, famous. Yeah, it was like, yeah. Okay. Um, I'm gonna put famous because I
that.
think
Okay,
that's
I
funny.
like it. Love it.
Um, and then, okay, that's a whole nother. They have these little pins or buttons that I think I want to call this almost famous.
Uh-huh.
And then I can give out kids pins to the kids or sell patches or whatever called almost
Nice.
famous. So
Love it.
that'll be the topic of this is called my almost famous.
Oh,
Um,
sweet.
okay.
Okay.
All right, sorry. As a person who graduated with a psychology degree and a famous clown that's performed in 40 countries over six across six continents, I am super proud and recovering oddball. What I mean by recovering oddball is that so many people thought it was odd when I was growing up that I liked rainbows or that I liked juggling or whimsy or just dancing and floating all about, that I just wanted to celebrate that. I wanted to be the best oddball out there. I didn't realize that oddball was like a bad thing because I saw it all as a magical and great thing. I'm passionate about showing kids that the very things that they find that other people tease them about or other people kind of frown their noses up at, that it's pretty powerful because that's what makes you you. There's no two people that are the same, and you'll see how different everybody is in the school and even in your classroom. So keep celebrating who you are because you're going to grow up to be somebody really special with your unique gifts. For example, Miss Daisy wears eyeglasses, but if I took my eyeglasses off and put them on the person's eyes next to me, they couldn't see the same way. So just remember, like, what your vision is for you or what you see won't fit, or somebody else won't see that vision, just like eyeglasses. These qualities can shape your unique purpose and your identity, and most importantly, help you love yourself exactly the way you are with all of the unique things that you like. So, before we go on, I need everybody to give themselves a hug. And that's how we'll end that part. Um, then move on to the people pleasing or things that okay,
Your
period,
personal.
start.
Yes, sir.
Things that when I grew up, I loved a lot of things. I tried everything. And I realized that my mom and dad thought it was fine but then outside of home, I wasn't really sure. So I'm my mom and dad's only child, but I have 16 aunts and uncles and more than 50 cousins. I know that's a lot of people, right? So, and all of those people that we had around the house, around my grandma's house, I just wanted everybody to be happy. So I would do things to please them or that they would be happy. But I was still called an oddball even in my own family because I always wondered about mermaids. I wondered about constellations in the sky. I wondered about, ooh, can I create a new dance to certain music of music that I heard from other countries? And I was still an oddball. So I was determined I'm still going to be the best oddball there is. But I had to know to celebrate myself and to ignore all of that. If I wanted to make my parents proud, that was most importantly. And I wanted to make my grandma proud too. So one of the things my grandma used to like was she liked to see me dance. Now, Miss Daisy did ballet, tap, jazz, cheering, you name it, I did it. Just like some of you have TikTok accounts. Raise your hand if you've ever created a TikTok video. Cool. It's kind of like the same thing, but just with different shoes or to different music. So, though I was a good dancer, I even danced on Sundays in the Professional Football League, also called the NFL. Just like some of you and your dads and moms have a favorite football player or a football team. On the count of three, shout out your favorite football team. They'll shout it out. I was like, all right, now shout out your favorite player. They'll shout it out. Well, my favorite player is Shador Sanders. You know why? Because he's a pretty good kid. Like he has an awesome smile. He practices a lot. Did you know he even went to practice 45 minutes before practice started just so he can get good practice? And he even celebrates himself just like we were talking about just now. He usually celebrates himself with a nice, cool chain or some music or something really fancy, but we can celebrate ourselves with just a thumbs up or make ourselves a card. So make sure you always celebrate yourself. But back to my grandma, I used to make her new routines and I might even dance for them, um, just depending on time.
Yeah.
So if you know how to dance, make sure you do something for your grandma too. I'm sure she'll like it. That's the story.
And then yeah, and so yeah, we can stop
And
there.
then the
Well,
tips would be after
then
that.
you can kind of wrap that up and say something like if you're an oddball and I don't know however you want to lead into whatever you want to give them tips on, whether it be how
Okay.
be comfortable being an eyeball, or
If
learning.
you're uncomfortable, yeah.
Yeah, or
But
if you want to talk to them
if
about
being
how to.
called an oddball ever made you sad,
Yeah, you may
okay.
want to, or if you want to, you can give them tips on, because we're going to do 3 to 5 tips.
Okay.
You can give them tips on how to maybe escape if they are deal with being an eyeball. You can give them tips on how to find what they're good at or their talents or
Okay.
whatever you decide. But we can work on that next time. But I think I heard you tell this story at least what 2, 3 times already. I'm
Uh-huh.
captivated every time.
Thank
Every time.
you.
This because clown, like, you're unique. Like, this is a unique. Your clowns are unique. Seeing what you do, it's a unique situation. And I just think to hear your story and to know your past and to see how you ended up here is just very captivating.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is great. The flow is great. The interaction is great. It's all just amazing. Now, so how do you feel about it?
Yeah. Now since I know the structure,
Uh-huh.
um, I'm feeling confident to deliver something professional and delivering it in a more organized way than I mean, I'm not saying bullet points bullet points wasn't the way to go, but I
Right.
knew I was missing it can't just be like a paper. Like something has to have impact. Like there has to have some fireworks somewhere. Like
Yeah.
it's not a show. The talking part, like when do you talk? How long that part should be? Like now since it's like, okay, 22 minutes. So I know going this should take you so I'm gonna break it out like in a nerdy way like okay that should be 5 minutes, this should be 5 minutes, this might be 12, so on and so forth, just so it can be concise, organized, and I can stay the task and not try and tap dance across the stage.
Yeah, the structure. Yeah, the structure
Mm-hmm.
is what you were looking for. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think this story is, again, I think it's going to capture the attention of the children, the parents, the teachers, the whoever is in the audience. Like, putting the story together and bringing in how you got started in Little Daisy and your
Mm-hmm.
family. Like, this is beautiful. I'm excited.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome.
Uh,
All right. And I'm glad you said to put the bubbles last. Like you can't see, I know this just look like a mushroom, but
uh,
inside of here is a whole bunch of coils. It's a
okay.
whole bunch of string coils. So if I go to pop a bubble
Uh-huh.
and throw this out like I'm doing it, a whole bunch of streamers comes out of this little thing. So that would be the last thing now since I put bubbles at the end
Yeah.
of them leaving and
Yeah. So that's exactly what we needed for the powerful closing. So that is right on time. Now,
okay.
you have a YouTube channel, right?
I do. I
Okay.
haven't posted on it in a
Okay,
while.
that's fine. I feel like I've never seen you in person. I wanna, yeah.
So the YouTube has there's a series on there called Affirmation Alphabets. And it's basically me sitting in a room at home. I mean, it's a colorful room.
Uh,
Um, I make the letter A out of balloons and then I make an apple and I have some affirmations. Sometimes it's balloons only. Sometimes I have a puppet that comes on or magic, but I don't have any like YouTube shorts or
of your
things that's on. But it's under ITS Daisy the Clown.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited. I think and again, once and then you hand out your surveys and all that. Yeah, I
Hmm.
think this is really, like you said, it's gonna just give you more confidence and get you more
Okay.
gigs. It's
And what
Daisy.
about that title, the almost famous
I
title? How
love
does
that. I think
okay.
that is exactly. I love it. Oh, there you are.
Hmm.
I got you.
Yeah, that's a old yeah, that's like the oldest one that's on there. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the oldest one.
This is
Let me
the-
see. They should have,
oh, that's-
um, if you click the page.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
There
yeah.
we go. So you see all of the different letters of the alphabet on
Uh,
there. So,
nice. Okay. Well, I can stop recording now. Yeah, this is
okay.
good. And you do your own makeup?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Yeah,
I do.
this is great.
I do. I do. And it's little things like I don't drink alcohol, but
Uh-huh.
I saw people with these ice molds, like a big circle ice
Nice.
cube in a, I don't know, some dark drink. I don't know. Um, but it's like little odd things like this that I'm gonna make this into an earring. Um, so because when I do my bubble shoot, they look like bubbles.
I know, like you could make it a fish bowl.
Yeah, you can even get the little bitty fish, like a little Nemo, the thing, and put them in
Yeah.
there, hanging from it. So this is like, okay, when you start your YouTube channel, like funny things that you can make with things from the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what,
And that's how you know you're passionate about what you do. Like your creativity is always flowing. So
mhm.
that's beautiful. Well, good. So do you have any other questions about what we covered today? Are you feel
No, but I'm gonna write it all up
okay?
now since we went in the order. And
Yeah.
if you redline it, say before for the next one, I'm like, oh no, this was supposed to go, and I'll break it out to say uh soft closing,
Yeah.
powerful. I mean, the opening, just the three we went over, and I'm gonna add the tips to it as well and stop
Okay.
there just
Okay.
so you can see like, okay, that's fine. And then I'm gonna time it also because I'm still in that 22 minutes, correct?
Yeah. 20. Yeah. And you've
20.
got some really good activities. So I think as long as you don't go over 25 minutes, you're good.
Okay.
And so by the end, so like next time we'll walk through it, but by the end, by our last meeting, I want to see the whole thing from start to finish so that I
Okay.
can make sure everything is flowing. And as I said, I think my coach wants to sit in on either our last one or the second to last one.
Okay.
Make sure it's all put together well and that I taught you how to do it the right way.
Okay.
Because again, you'll just be able to, I don't care where you're going, if you change your I recognize, if you're changing your audience, you'll be able to sit down and plug and play and use this framework for every talk you do from here on
Hmm.
out, you know?
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, and in the email that I sent you, the framework that I just had on the screen with each one is in that.
Okay.
So you can
Perfect.
just
I'll put it
follow
in
that
there.
on that
Okay.
page, yeah, and yeah, so you
Oh, question. I don't think did you send me how to pay you? I know we were
no,
working
I
on
have not
it.
sent that yet, but
Okay.
I'll send that this afternoon.
Okay.
I'll send that this afternoon, and because I don't know why I'm not good with Google Docs.
Girl,
Uh,
that's fine. Do you have Venmo or Zelle?
I do, and I'll send that because I have to send the agreement, which we're already in it, but
Right.
I have to send
Yeah, I'm
that.
just like, all right, we can do all that part. I just wanted to send you the $100
Yeah,
and
that's
like it can come after whatever.
okay.
But
That's cool. That
yeah, so just even if you text me like whatever your preferred online thing is, I was
okay.
like, let me pay her because I was like, did I miss that?
No, I didn't send it because
Okay, that's
I
fine.
wanted to send it all together because I'm trying to get my
It's
whole little packet together. But I'll send it this afternoon, and we'll.
okay, no problem.
Okay,
Sweet.
so you feel good about today?
I do, I do, I
So
do.
if you had one word, and I was supposed to record this part, my bad. If you had one
Okay.
word to describe how you feel about where you are today versus how you where you were before we started working together,
Mhm.
what's that one word?
Progression.
Hey,
Hmm.
aggression.
Definitely progression.
I
Yeah,
like
luckily I ain't trying to do a hyphenated word, but yeah, definitely perfect
aggression.
progression.
Okay.
Because now I see it. I see like, oh, okay, this does make sense. Oh yeah, it's not just the performing. They didn't come to see a show. They came to hear a talk and relate it to my life, their life, and how it can be great. So
Yeah, and
progression.
again, and it's the connection. Like they're
Hmm.
coming and they're getting, and not that they were connecting with you before, right? Because I'm sure they were, but now they're understanding. Oh, you were little and you have a
Hmm.
mother, and you're just putting more of your personal touch into it, and I think that's more of the connectivity. So I love
Got it. Sweet.
it. Well, thank you so much. Hey, and so
Of course.
what happened to your friend? Just, and I'm not gonna talk to you about this for too long because I don't.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, turn the recording off. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
happened? I think I turned it off. But how is he doing?
No, it's still recording.
It is.
Uh-huh. In the upper left
Oh,
hand.
good. I'm glad. Then I'm glad. Okay.